say see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosby, right out of Oklahoma City. I got my co-host, Weird Wolf Ava Gore, joining us tonight. How are you, Ava?
I am good. How are you?
Awesome. And then I got Danny and Brandon from the band Crest. How are you fellas doing?
I'm awake now.
Phenomenal.
I'm a big fan of that intro, bud.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
It's hot.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. I say it's hot. The band that wrote that's called Hot Zone. I don't think they watch the show that much, but I fucking love them for doing that intro. It's like been a staple of kind of our show. So thanks to them. I want to say that I do have an announcement at the end of the show, and hopefully I remember. Sometimes I forget things, and I hope I don't forget this time. All right, so we got the band here. All right, so tell us a little bit about the band Crest. I know you guys are from Ohio. When did
Unfortunately.
you guys? Well, that's a good place to be in a band, right? Ohio.
We have some greats that came out of here. Hawthorne Heights, Devil Wears Prada. I mean,
That's right.
we
They
have a
are
few.
from Ohio. They are. All right, so you guys are kind of now. When I first heard the song when it started, and I did play not your newest music video, but like another video that's kind of a music video, which we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
When I kind of got some pop punk, but then as the song kind of went on, I got a little bit more kind of the screamo, emo, alternative vibe. So tell us about your style of music and kind of what the band's all about.
Yeah, so all of us are influenced by a lot of different bands. I mean, stuff from like 2000s alternative to like more modern like metal and like pop punk and stuff like that. So really for us, it's just about writing music that sounds good to us. Like some of my favorite bands growing up were The Used, My Chemical Romance, and
Nice.
stuff nowadays nowadays stuff like Turnover, Story So Far, right? So for me, it's just kind of like a amalgamation of everything that's popular, but at the same time, stuff we grew up and loved.
Brandon, what do you say about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's totally right. We grew up on the stuff, you know. I used to be an emo kid. I had my emo phase. I love pop punk.
But did you wear
sorry
eyeliner?
about that.
Did you wear
I did not go that far. I did not wear eyeliner, but
What?
I had like the super emo red and black striped hoodie, and I had like
Yes.
purple skinny jeans. And you know, I'm a bigger guy. I was a bigger kid, so it was just super awkward all around. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that anymore. I looked like I had a raccoon on my head. It was good times.
We're gonna keep on talking about it.
I went through that phase. I guess I'm still in that phase.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, every now and then I still throw on the eyeliner when I'm feeling kind of froggy, you know? Like, I'm going through a midlife crisis where I'm like, eyeliner, I still look good. Even though I'm bald now, it still looks good with the hat on.
Man,
Let's go with the
I
hat
feel
on,
the
no hat
balding.
off.
I
yeah.
feel the balding, Sam. Yeah, I wear like hats to shows all the time now because I'm like, oh God, I'm almost 30 and it's getting worse.
I have too much hair.
It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better, I promise you.
there's a reason
my
I'm
heart.
wearing the hat.
Yeah.
So Crest, so when did you guys start playing, and when you first started playing, was this the style that you guys were definitely going for, or was it just a mix of let's get some guitar, some vocals, some drums, and let's just see what kind of sound we produce together?
The lore's all you, Danny.
So Brandon came along a little later. Originally, it was me, Ed, and our drummer, Matt. Ed's our other guitar player currently. And we started just as honestly like a punk trio, doing stuff similar to like early Green Day, Social Distortion kind of stuff. And we did it really, I mean, we were all working day jobs. I was traveling a lot for work for fun. And it was more of a release than anything. A couple years went by though, and you know we got to start to know some people in the local scene from our friends in like Navery and stuff like that. And you know the idea of trying to take things a little more seriously came up. We tried getting some members, and you know, I mean, if you've ever played in a band, if you're watching this, you know how that goes. So we ran through a couple, and then eventually found Brandon and Chance. But yeah, originally it wasn't really the sound. It was just kind of a let's do punk music for fun and. Eventually we were like, okay, what do we really want to write and do stuff? Because a lot of the songs we played were covers, just, you know, like stuff off of Dookie and stuff like that. But
So like good covers, like punk covers, like
Yeah.
Not. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna knock anybody's.
You're
band,
gonna name drop?
But no, I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not name dropping. I'm not name dropping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys play like good like punk covers, and that's where I say kind of the pop punk sound when the song kind of first starts maybe comes from, and then the band decided to take a shift towards more maybe what you wanted to play.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the motto we still have, even the stuff we're writing now and the song we're in the studio for next, it's just like, if it sounds good and we like it, we don't give a fuck, we're going to do it. Right. And I think that's the best way to do it. So I think trying to limit yourself to one genre now, especially when there's so many different alternative acts out there, doing all these different things like water parks, Stories for Fire, I can keep naming all these different bands. Limiting yourself to one genre is just not a good idea.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. My band, we attract a lot of like goth people, and we got shit on recently because like we have like a funky bass line, and they were like, "You can't be goth and have funk in there." Like,
yeah, you can. Fuck that.
Fuck them. You write whatever you want. If I had a dollar for every non-artist that told me, "Oh, you should do this," then that I should do, I would literally have no debt. It would be great.
Right. So when the band starts, was it the two of you like the main originators of the group, or how did you find the members to join after you decided you were gonna kind of make a band and do something with it? Because it's hard to find people that are serious and play music sometimes.
Yeah, so I'll speak real quick on the early days, and then Brandon, you can kind of fill in when you joined. But originally, like I said, it was me and Ed and Matt. I knew Matt growing up. We lived in the same neighborhood. He was, our drummer, and he knew Ed through work, and that's how we started playing together. So I moved up from Texas at the time. I was living in Dallas, and I was like, "Hey, I hear you guys are trying to start a band," and that's how it happened. Eventually, when we started getting more serious, though, we had a vocalist join us and a bass player in the local scene. But things just didn't work out. They had other projects. A lot of musicians here are involved in 2-3 different bands, right? So just commitment to those, and like started the idea of starting a new band. And we wanted this to be like our primary. But so that didn't work out. They left. Eventually, we found Brandon on Facebook. I think he messaged us because we put an ad out about it. Brandon, you want to talk about that?
No, be clear, it was not Craigslist.
God, no.
I asked
We hear that a lot.
I'm not trying to end up on CNN or something like that.
I met my best friend on Craigslist. It happened.
She did.
That's so sick.
And you did not meet each other on Backpage.com.
I mean, we don't really have to go
into what that is.
I have no idea what that is.
Backpage, it's like a prostitution. Craigslist is what that is.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Sebastian.
I mean, you're welcome. All right, Brandon, take it away.
Yeah. So basically where I came from was, for years, I was just making music on my own. I could not find anybody that wasn't already in an established band, or anybody that actually wanted to take being in a band seriously. So for years, I made my own stuff, and I got so sick of having to write everything. I'm like, wow, I wish I could just bounce some ideas off of somebody, And I'm like a member of a bunch of like local musicians pages on Facebook, and I saw their ad, and they sent me a demo. I ended up like recording myself over it. They seemed to like it, and then they sent me other demos, and I decided I was going to really wow them. And I just like wrote some lyrics to like, I think 2 of the other demos that they sent me, and I recorded it and sent it to them.
Okay.
And
listen, he did this in a day and a half. And if you've ever tried out vocalists for original songs, like that's not how it rolls. It's like at least a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month process.
I really wanted it. And well, I'm here, so I think I nailed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, not all of the lyrics that I wrote in like a day and a half like actually made it to the final release, but a good portion of them definitely did. I was really feeling the song, so it was super easy to write most of them. So
that's awesome. Real quick, Tiffany, I don't know if you know who Tiffany is. And she says, hello,
Hey.
guys. Told you I'd be watching. She's so awesome. And then Sam, my producer and sometimes co-host and pretty much manager of the show, says lies, but he always calls me a liar. So I don't know I don't know which part I was lying about. I probably lied about something. This is probably a lie there. Probably, you guys are awesome. Lies. You lied. You lied. No, I'm just kidding. All
I
right.
have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Ava.
Sebastian.
What's your question?
At what point in either one of your lives did you realize that it was something that you wanted to do like seriously?
So
Deep. That's deep.
Brandon, you or me first? Fuck it, I'll go. I'll go.
There you
Fuck
go.
it. I already talked too much as it is. So for me, I
it's
feel
a podcast.
For me, I feel like I always knew, like deep down, that I wanted to pursue it. But just the family I grew up in and kind of the people around me, pursuing the arts wasn't really encouraged. Like it was like, oh yeah, you can do that, but go pursue math, pursue science, whatever, get a degree, all that stuff.
The real job.
And, yeah, that's my favorite. but yeah, so I went through school, did all that, did college, and then traveled around the country for work for a couple years. And the thing I found is just, quite frankly, I wanted to die. I wasn't happy. I wasn't doing anything that I really loved. And then when I came back and started to play more and started playing with Ed and Matt, we started doing it. It was at that moment was kind of like, okay, at some point I want to do this. I just don't know how or when, because at that point I was like 24, 25, and I was like, well, I would just be brand new in the scene, like, I don't know. I just dealt with imposter syndrome, I guess, a lot in that regard. But I think really that first show in the old punk band, right? I think that was when it really like clicked, like, I got to do this. I don't know how long it's going to take me to, in my current situation, working 9 to 5 and doing photo stuff and this, but eventually I've got to find a way to migrate fully over to doing this for a living. So for me, it was probably the first time we played live in 2017.
Yeah, I will say that being in a band and making that commitment to do music like that, I mean, it's like you're either going to go in all the way, or if you got one foot in, it's not going to work. It's never going to work if you got one foot in. Yeah. It's never going to work.
I mean, some people like it that way, though, so it works for them.
Well, Ava. Okay, okay. There's a difference between bands. Yeah, well, my band is kind of similar, but I'm in a crappy band. All right. My band sucks.
I doubt that.
No, it really is. It's really bad. We have like one song that we're still working on. All right, let's talk about the EP. And by the way, everyone's crapping on me saying I don't do my research, and I don't sometimes. But I did know that you guys have an EP that just came out, Bad Decisions, right? And it's a 4-song EP.
Yep.
And
it's a little boy.
It's yeah. Well, that's an EP, right? It's not a whole album. It's an EP. Yeah. So, and one of those songs is "Sinking Ship," right?
Yep.
And the other one is, I wrote it down here because I asked, "Keeping Pace." Now, "Keeping Pace" has the actual music video to it. Danny's laughing at me like, "You fucking idiot."
Love you, though.
Keeping Pace is the actual music video that you guys have. But the other song, "Sinking Ship," was a video that, did a friend shoot that video for you guys? Just kind of as you were in the studio, or how'd that happen?
So the song was already recorded. That was, we were playing at Leo's, I think, in Middletown, Ohio. A buddy of ours, Kyle McDowell, who plays in a band called Raised by Wolves, he does video work, and he was like, "Hey, I'll come out and do this for you if you want." And we were like, "Free content, sure." So he just got some highlights of us playing and, slapped an MP3 to it. And that was the day. So it's cool for us because it was kind of a free music video in a way.
Right.
But, any band right now that turns down free content with, quite frankly, not knowing if shows are going to be pulled in 1 week is not doing it the right way. So, yeah. But, yeah, Kyle did that. Thanks, homie, if you're watching. You're the best. Love you forever.
Love you, Kyle.
Hell yeah. All right, let's play the song "Sinking Ship," which is your newest video that's on YouTube that we just talked about. And then we're going to talk about your show coming up in a couple days. So here we go with "Sinking Ship." by Rose Crest. Here we go. Rose Crest, the band. All right.
Yeah.
You know what I got out of there? I got a little Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
Little Hawthorne Heights.
Yeah.
A little bit of even like early Beartooth. I don't know what, Ava, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's one thing that like musicians like don't necessarily like to hear. But you know, like, you sound just like.
I say what I want. I say what I feel like.
But you know, like it is definitely it's good. I liked it a lot.
You said I didn't say you guys sound like,
like
Weird
it.
Al or something. I said no.
Oh,
Hey,
dude,
he's a legend.
What? Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say legendarily, not what I want to sound like, but you know,
It's better than nothing. I mean,
Yeah, see? Better than nothing.
take what you can get, man.
That's right. Take what you get. What would you say that it kind of goes back to kind of an earlier question, I guess, but who would you say your inspirations are? I know you said you listened to some of those early 2000s kind of like screamo, emo type, but would you say those bands still kind of inspire your music today, or is it maybe a little bit different?
So for
I
me,
mean, go ahead, bud.
No, you go. No, you go ahead.
I'll go.
No, you go
I
ahead.
go ahead.
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
So, I'd say like my big ones are brand new. Like Devil and God was a huge deal to me. That album, Turnover, modern band, that's huge to me, and another one's Counterparts, which is not the style of music really at all. But yeah, so for me, it's just kind of a bunch of stuff. But definitely on my end, some inspiration from, mid 2000s alternative screamo stuff. Brandon?
Yeah.
I mean, we breathed that stuff as kids. I mean, that's what got us through our childhood, was that kind of music. So of course, always those influences, those older emo pop punk bands are always going to be like a part of me, and it's always going to shine through in the music that I make. And I mean, it's not even those kind of bands. Like, I really love, like, 90s grunge era rock and, alternative. And I love deathcore. I love metalcore. I mean, I love a lot of stuff. And, when I joined Crest, and it was, this is the kind of sound we're going with, I wanted to scream a little bit because it just felt right to me. Like, it was kind of like that, the younger side of me just kind of lashing out, just a little rebellious, just a little bite, and it just,
Right.
it ended up just sounding right, and it feels right,
So let's talk about your show coming up on Friday, which is like in a couple days. It is not canceled yet.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So far, you're still good.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Don't wish that on me, man.
Yeah.
No, I have before we get to the concert, I do got to ask, Danny, how do you get from Dallas to Ohio?
I worked in warehouse management and stuff like that, so they were big on moving people around and shit like that. And I'm originally from Dayton, so after college, it was kind of like take whatever job I can get. It wasn't like, oh, I've never been to Ohio. That sounds cool, So, yeah. Dallas was cool though, man. I mean,
what, Ava? What?
How did you end up in Oklahoma?
Okay, I live in Oklahoma because I have I can say anything and anyone will believe me because nobody knows. So I mean, people don't know, but I can just say anything I want to. I ended up in Oklahoma because I bought an airplane ticket and I got here, and I'm still here. That's why I got here.
Yeah.
Had to do with MySpace, my old band, and a long time ago of Sam knows. Sam knows why I ended up in Oklahoma. I'll tell you guys after the show.
Very
How about
defensive.
that? Was defensive, wasn't it? I got all defensive. That's not cool, man.
Your secret's safe with me. Your secret's safe with me, Sebastian.
I thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. All right. So your show on Friday, who are you guys playing with? Some other local bands, some bigger bands? What's going on there? And where's it at for people that may want to see it?
It's in Legends at Cheviot, Ohio, if you happen to be in the Cincinnati area. It's a cool venue. But bands-wise, it's mostly locals. We've had a couple had to drop out and stuff due to COVID, literally.
Yeah.
So we've got some friends in Falling Through Time. They're like a kind of like a hard rock band. I think White Stripes, but heavier. We've got Unrivaled on there, Without End, which is more like a metalcore act. But some cool stuff, a good variety. So it'll be a fun time. We're pretty excited about it. But I just want to say, I saw a comment from a guy named Sam shit-talking me about my sandals. Fuck off. and they're the best. They're comfy and they're the best show shoes. So,
boom. Yep. Sam does work with Tiffany over at Attic Echo, and he's my producer of my show.
That's fine.
He's always talking shit about me, so who cares? He might pop on here now. You never know. He could pop on here.
Still love you, Sam, but screw you.
Those sandals are legendary, man. Like those. Yeah, that's what's bringing us to the top.
Do you not trip on those sandals on stage? Like, do you not sometimes you wear sandals like they fold because like they're getting old, like they just kind of fold under you? It's like
no, because
that happens to me.
I'm not a fucking dweeb, so I'm good.
I'm not a fucking dork, man. Yeah. I wear my sandals.
Yeah, damn right, they're comfy. But
I got made fun of at work for wearing sandals without socks on. They're like, why you? I was like, what? Why would you wear socks with sandals? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no.
But people do.
Nah.
But mad respect though for doing what makes you happy.
Mad respect. Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, homie? Mad respect.
Appreciate you.
Oh, Sam is joining. He's in the studio. He's in the studio. Let's see. Pop on screen, Sam, before I pop you on.
Oh, God.
Pop on. Oh, there he is.
Any choice words?
Yeah, I love the sandals. I said, just use the sandals. Hey, someone had to start those things.
Can't hear you.
So bless you. No, I'm just giving. The only reason why he's in that state is because that's the only state that will allow herpes.
My heart.
Right. Yeah. This ain't my interview. Yeah. Plus, my setup behind me is horrible, so I don't even have my microphone, nothing. So, all right.
Get out of here.
See you guys later.
Get out of here, Sam.
Bye.
I love Sam. All right. Look, before we I do have an announcement to make that and I will say it today right now, that we are now a part of the Pantheon Podcast Network. So we're excited about that. I'm super grateful. And so looking to see where that goes. Ava, do you have any last questions for them before I give them the floor to talk about something maybe we didn't mention?
Before that, adding on to the Pantheon thing, we did create a Patreon also.
Yeah. I was going to mention that at the end.
Well, it's not like I'm saving time. We're making an announcement.
Okay.
Make one announcement and then
okay. Another announcement to make. Check out patreon.com/The Loud Spot and give me all your money. Okay. Now, Ava, last question for you to ask the band before we give them the floor.
What's your favorite part about being a musician? And I love this question. I ask it a lot, but what's your favorite part?
Breaking out of my comfort zone for sure. The first time I got up on stage with Crest was the first time getting on stage ever.
Nice.
I'm historically not a very like self-confident person, so it's kind of weird that I'm decided to be like the front man of a band. But let me tell you, when I get up on that stage and I sing the songs that I wrote and like people are like singing it back to me and stuff, it's like the most incredible feeling ever, and it's like a high and you have to chase it. So like before every show I'm incredibly nervous. I got the imposter syndrome and stuff, but if I can just force myself to do it, it's so freaking worth it.
I feel like you and I are very similar. I can relate to that hard.
Danny, your turn to answer the question.
Yeah, for me it's got to be like just the support and stuff we've gotten from our songs from the local scene here, and like people that I have no fucking clue who they are. When they come up and at shows or whatever, like, man, I really like The Fall when you guys put it out, and that song, I really connected with it and stuff like that. That is legit, like as good as sex. It's a great feeling, and that's got to be my favorite thing. So it's just when people come up and they're like, hey, I really appreciate your music and stuff like that. So connecting with people on it. So something that you wrote and created.
And Sharon does say this: front man, easy sex. So that's
I mean, I'm not sure how to take that. I don't know how to take that, but at the same time, I agree. So thank you.
That wasn't really a question; it's more like a statement, right? All right. Anything that you guys want to talk about maybe about your EP, merchandise, working on a website, maybe something that you want to tell people that are going to watch now in the future about your band, and take the floor for like a minute or so.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, so we're working on a merch store. That'll be up soon. We're about to place some order for some new shirts and stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on our page. If you like our music and want to buy stuff from us, that'd be really cool, especially if shows are going to get shut down. Okay, thanks. Come see us as Legends Friday. We're in the studio working on a new song that we're hoping to put out soon. And if you happen to be in the Cincinnati area, we're playing it at Legends for the first time this Friday. So we're pretty excited about it. And then we've also got a split EP with a band called Heavy Head coming out later this year or early next year. That's going to be called LimeWire and focus on some covers that we're pretty excited about. So
nice. Anything, Brandon, you want to say before we end the show?
Thanks for having us on. I love you guys. I love all the listeners. I love the incredibly attractive dudes that I play in a band with. And
is that a heart? That's a heart.
I'm vibing, bro.
I love it. You guys got some good things going on. I like the music, like you guys are headed. Congratulations on the show that hopefully does not get canceled. It's like 2 days away, so I'm sure it's going to happen. And hopefully you guys get on the road and able to tour soon. Go buy some merch for these guys. Check them out on YouTube. I'm sure you're on Spotify. You got your Facebook. Check you guys out on Facebook, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for being on the show. Don't go anywhere until after the outro song plays. I do want to tell everyone, please go to www.theloudspot.net. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on iHeartRadio, Apple, all that stuff. Patreon. Yep. We're still. Thanks, Ava. We're still trying to figure out. And by the way, Christian and Peter, we are still trying to figure out how to. Which I have to work on tonight with Sam on how to upload these to the new platform, which we are going to work on. I promise you, we will work on it. And I think that is about all I got. I'm just like talking, trying to find my outro song, which I do every fucking episode. I got to move that goddamn thing. Okay, here we go. You guys don't go anywhere. Stay right there. Peace out. Rock on. Much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have his back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pin post has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.